had everyone been
It's
healthy?
a lot of opportunities, not for just me, but for a whole team and our unit as a DB. But we, like I said, everyone in that room has to come in, has to come ready. And when there are times, when there are times there, you got to just take full advantage and keep going. We can't not let anything drop.
What can you prove over the next 6-7 weeks?
We just got to improve. Number one, communicating, making sure everyone's on the same page. That's the whole defense. That's a mindset of our whole defense. But the biggest thing is just stick together. Like I said, some guys kind of what happens, but it's football. So the next guy always has to step up. We cannot have no drop-offs.
Kyler had kind of a rough game against Oakland, but you guys didn't really go easy on him at all today. We're attacking him right away. What was that mindset like?
As a defense, we just had to come and not start slow. We came into practice, we was like, the first thing we need to do, communicate, everyone be on the same page and start fast. And I think today everyone was, we started fast as a whole defense, but, like I said, every single day we got to take it day by day and keep getting better.
I guess with Kyler, does he need to do anything in a practice like today to bounce back?
Oh, Kyler's going to be good. I feel like, he's learning. He's a rookie also a rookie like me, but I just know he's learning. He's just going to keep getting better, take it day by day.
What do you think is the biggest thing you've learned so far?
The biggest thing I've learned, I would say, for me, I got to be more vocal. That's one thing I know I got to actually keep doing when I'm on the field, not kind of being like the rookie. I got to be out there trying to communicate with everybody so they know, I'm comfortable. I know what I'm actually doing so everyone's on the same page. But I learn to just come out every day, keep talking to whoever's on the field and keep working.
Is that tough to do as a rookie, like knowing what buttons to press and what line to cross, what line not to cross?
Yeah, it's kind of difficult, but once you're on the field, you got to play. You got once you stop between those lines, everyone's it's all out. So communicating, yeah, it's kind of difficult, but you got to be on the same page. So that's one thing I got to keep going every single day.
We feel great about who we brought in that draft class. Talking with Steve before the draft, we knew we needed to draft guys that could come in and have an immediate impact and high character guys that we could help build a culture around, and that's what we feel like we did.
I know you had 4 or 5 days of process. With Alfred's injury, what's your opinion on the secondary and the cornerback?
Like I said before, I like what Brock's done, Chris Jones, Murphy, so the cover's not bare, but we're always going to be trying to get better, and anytime you lose your first and second guys through the first 6 weeks, that's a tough situation, and we know that, and so we'll continue to address it and see what's out there.
Any clarification from the league on false starts?
We're still working through it with the officials. I mean, I feel like we're in a good place with it. I think it's just something new, and there's some subjectivity to it, but I think we've come to an understanding, and I feel good about it.
Do you think every official is going to call it their own way?
I think we have to be consistent in what we do, and I think if we're consistent, then it'll be called pretty much the same way across the board. And after talking with Al and those guys, I feel like we're in a good place.
Before the game, usually head coaches talk to the officials. Is that something you hope you can bring up?
I have, yes. Yep, I have. I'll demonstrate it personally and see if we can all get on the same page. But, no, I think we understand their point of view and they understand ours, and so I expect it to be solved.
Did it seem like Kyler did anything different the other night?
Not than he's been accustomed to doing throughout his career. But I think, like I said, it's new at this level, and so we have to adjust, and we'll do that.
Is there a difference between, a hard count verbally, that the officials see a hard count verbally, and maybe something you might do with the clap?
Yeah, I think, it is a form of a hard count. Just abrupt motion without the actual clap is what we've got to avoid, and I think we've come to that place, and we understand that.
Kliff, normally week 3 is when the starters tend to play the most in the preseason. What are your plans, including for Kyler, for the Vikings game?
I think similar to last week. We'll see how the game's going. Love to get some, positive plays early, some good drives going. Got to eliminate those penalties and see where he's at mentally, and we'll go from there. But I expect him to play the most he's played in the preseason.
So up to a half, maybe a little more?
That's what I would think, up to a half, and then we'll go from there.
How about for Patrick Peterson, given the situation at corner? Do you still want him out there?
We're still talking through that. I mean, we like getting him out there with our team. It gives us confidence, and we like what he's about and brings to the table. But as a staff, we're going to talk about, what's best for us moving forward, and knowing that those guys got to get ready to play week 1.
What are your expectations out of Hundley, knowing that obviously if everything goes well, he's not going to be playing much. I mean, what are you looking for from him both on and off the field?
Yeah, just to help develop Kyler. And I think he's a guy who's been around some great quarterbacks, and Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson, and he's seen it done at the highest levels. And he's a smart player, works really hard, does things the right way, and so he can be kind of eyes and ears for Kyler at times. And they seem to have a good relationship.
You got a chance to watch the film. What did you see from Josh Miles?
A big improvement from the week prior, and that was exciting for us as a coaching staff. We knew he had athleticism, has size, and it was going against some guys late into the fourth quarter that are really good players for Oakland, and I thought he held his own.
How do you think Kyler's psyche is after, look, the numbers weren't pretty, obviously, and everybody saw what happened on the field, but how do you think psychologically he is now that it's 2 days removed?
Yeah, he doesn't get phased. I think he's always going to understand who he is and what he's capable of, and he knows where we're at as an offense and the things we got to clean up, and so we address those things. But as far as his mental makeup, I mean, not much bothers him, except I think like losing at Fortnite. He doesn't take that very well.
Do you play against him?
I don't, but he spends ample amount of time on there.
2 games now, the hash marks, you're kind of a little bit wondering how that was going to go in the offseason. Is that?
Yeah, we kind of had that experiment throughout the offseason, have a good feel for what we needed to do, adjust and move, and concepts that did work, that didn't work, and so we felt like going through into training camp, we had a pretty good feel for that.
Is there any level of frustration with trying to be vanilla in the preseason, but yet knowing you have other plays on your play sheet that you're probably itching to call but don't want to yet?
It's a different mindset than I've ever had. As far as every game plan I've ever had, it's full attack mode, and you're trying to pick things apart and put your best foot forward and best plays forward. And for us right now, it's just about execution, and that was the disappointing thing the other night was we just didn't execute at a high level. Regardless of what we're calling, you can't have that many penalties and you can't have that many negative plays. And we've talked about that as an offense, and we'll do better at that this week.
Kyler comes to the sidelines. Do y'all talk through hey, we in the future we might run this, and this?
Yeah, he knows the plan, and he knows when he's out there, what he sees. He's really good at bringing information, and hey, I thought we had this. Moving forward, I would have checked this or done that, and so it's been good conversation in between series.
How different
Go ahead, Coach.
How different will the offense week 1 look compared to what we're looking at?
I mean, I'm not going to get into specifics, obviously, but like I said, we're trying to execute things at a high level that we've worked on in camp, and we'll continue to do that.
Actually, that's part of what I was going to ask, that we do see 4 wide receiver setups. You have shown that. What will be the difference once week 1 starts from that?
I mean, once again, you have to tune in. Can't give away the trade secrets just yet. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that is or not.
How much pressure is on the offensive line when you go empty as often as you've been going?
I don't think we've gone empty in preseason, have we?
There's been a lot of times you haven't had any. It's been 5 guys in the line.
Yeah.
That's how they describe it to me.
I gotcha. Yeah, in preseason, we haven't run any empty yet. So we're still working through that and see if we're good enough to protect, then maybe we'll do some, and if not, we'll have to keep it back in.
How much pressure is it when they don't have a tight end on either side to help?
Yeah, I think it just depends, who your personnel is and the matchups, and obviously there's some great defensive linemen that you have to take into consideration each week.
Is Pugh expected to play this Saturday?
We hope he'll be back. I'm not sure 100%, but I think by Tuesday we'll have a pretty good feel for that. Hassan's still working through that, but he's come a long way, and don't expect him to play this week.
You guys still have a while to go in preseason, but what do you think went really well in training camp, and what do you still want to see today and tomorrow?
Yeah, I think once again, it's been good to see the young guys get a lot of reps, and their development has been huge because we needed them in certain areas. And just today and tomorrow is really all about getting back to the basics and fundamentals. We'll start our mock game week next week, but we have Saturday and Sunday, and eliminate the penalties, no busted assignments, no mental errors, and that's going to be the focus these next 2 days.
Kliff, what are the attributes Keyshawn Johnson has showed early in his career that's allowed him to kind of come from being picked later in the draft to elevate it to a position where he might contribute and help you guys win football?
Yeah, I think he was very, very productive in college, so he plays with a lot of confidence, has great ball skills, and his route running, we had him as one of the top 2 route runners in the draft coming out, and it continues to show. I mean, there's things he's got to work on, but he has no fear of who he's going against. He attacks it the same and approaches every practice the same.
How much is being a route runner like that natural, and how much is it something people have to work on?
I think there's a good amount of both. I think he obviously had great coaching in high school. I'm sure in Pop Warner in college. I mean, it shows, and he has a smoothness about him that I don't think you can teach.
What are the keys you're looking for Saturday out of Kyler, specifically him?
Yeah, a high-level execution. We talked about, hey, if we're running base plays and they cover everything, you do your job, you get through your progressions, you take the proper footwork, and if it's not there, we'll throw it away. But I think just do your job at the highest level, regardless of what's going on, and that's what we can control, and so that's going to be our focus.
Zach Allen said that he personally felt in game 1 he kind of had a drop-off from where he was in practice. What did you see of him in the most recent game? Like, was there a drop-off at all?
The most recent game, we felt like he took a big step. I think that first NFL game, he was thinking a bunch, and it was moving pretty fast. This last week, going against some of the ones, we felt like he held his own, and will continue to get better. He's a guy who wanted more reps. He asked for more reps, felt like it would make him better, and that's what you want to see as a coach.
Anybody out today?
Fitz is attending Coach Drake's funeral, so I think he's actually speaking at it, which we thought was an awesome honor, and I believe DJ Humphreys were holding out.
Is there any updates on Corey Legion?
I don't have any at this time.
Cards Daily is presented by Arizona Lottery. What's your game? Find out at ArizonaLottery.com.
We're still working through it with the officials. I mean, I feel like we're in a good place with it. I think it's just something new, and there's some subjectivity to it, but I think we've come to an understanding, and I feel good about it.
Yeah, to clap or not to clap, that was the question Thursday night. Week 1, it was fine. Week 2, it was a false start. Paul Calvisi with Cards Daily. So as the Cardinals seek answers, Kliff Kingsbury admits, yes, the clap is a form of the hard count. What they have to avoid is the abrupt motion without the actual clap.
I think we have to be consistent in what we do, and I think if we're consistent, then it'll be called, pretty much the same way across the board. And I think we understand their point of view, and they understand ours, and so I expect it to be solved.
All right, so between the cadence and the 3 of 8 passing night, how's the psyche of the rookie quarterback?
As far as his mental makeup, I mean, not much bothers him, except I think like losing at Fortnite. He doesn't take that very well.
All right, forget the video games. How about these preseason games? I mean, how does the head coach handle calling plays when he's not playing to win?
It's a different mindset than I've ever had. As far as every game plan I've ever had, it's full attack mode and best plays forward. And regardless of what we're calling, you can't have that many penalties and you can't have that many negative plays. And we'll do better at that this week.
All right, look for Kyler and the starters to play the first half in that preseason game number 3 at Minnesota. As we leave you with news that Larry Fitzgerald missed practice on Saturday to honor his former wide receivers coach, Darryl Drake.
Fitz is attending Coach Drake's funeral, so I think he's actually speaking at it, which we thought was an awesome honor.